Get ready for the best cricket show in America. Full Toss, hosted by Amit Godbole, Amarnath and Atul Huku.
Hi folks, you're tuned in to Full Toss on Radio Zindagi WWRL 1600 AM in New York, WKXW 101.5 FM HD2 in New Jersey. RadioZindagi.com is where you can listen to us online. You can also download our apps on your iOS and your Android devices. Like us on Facebook. This is your host, Amit, live from Houston, Texas. And live in the studios of Radio Zindagi in Edison, New Jersey, my co-host, my friend, my mentor, Amarnath. Amarnath, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you very much, Amit. It's a pleasure being here in the studios. It's a rainy, soggy New Jersey, but cricket isn't there all over.
Also in the studio, my friend, president of Edison Cricket Club, our local and international correspondent, Mr. Atul Huku. Atul, welcome to the broadcast.
Good afternoon, listeners. Like Amarnath said, it is a rainy day out here, but in India, many cricket fans are celebrating because India has won the World Cup once again today. The blind team, they beat Pakistan in the finals and they have won. Congratulations, the blind team for Indian cricket team.
Gentlemen, plenty of action happened this week and already things are unfolding. India and Bangladesh. The series is going on right now. South Africa has retained the number one position in the ODI rankings, gentlemen.
True.
So congratulations to Team South Africa. We've talked about it. They've been playing so wonderfully good these days. Coming back to India and Bangladesh, records have been broken. Ashwin, he surpassed Dennis Lilly. Earlier, Virat Kohli surpassed Rahul Dravid and Sir Donald Bradman in hitting consecutive double hundreds in test matches. So plenty of records have been broken, gentlemen. And I have some news internationally. Well, for India, it's local news, but for us, international news. Plenty of action happening on the media front as well as on the cricketing ground. Gentlemen, jam-packed, show in our hands today. Let me start our discussion, as always, with India and Bangladesh. As of now, this is where we stand. India scored 687 for 6 declared. In the second innings, they scored 159 for 4 declared. Bangladesh were bundled out for 388. And currently, they are 103 for loss of 3 wickets. Day 5 coming up tomorrow. Tonight for us, gentlemen, your take on India and Bangladesh.
Match is very well poised. India has the upper hand. And I've been following this test match very keenly because Bangladesh is on the upswing. They put up a very creditable performance against England earlier, then against New Zealand, though they lost that series, and against India. If they manage to draw, it is effectively a win for them.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
But then their backs are against the wall, and they'll have to bat out of their skins to draw the game. I don't expect them to win. No chance of that. For them to draw, there is a slim chance. I would give it a 20% chance that they can draw. But for that, they'll have to bat out of their skins. I've done a session-by-session analysis of this test. We can come to that later if you wish to.
We'll do that.
Okay?
We'll do that.
So,
Atul, your take, buddy.
Well, like all test matches, you have to bat very well in the first inning and put up a huge score. And India has exactly done that. 680 odd runs is a very, very high score. It took a little time for them to bowl out Bangladesh. Bangladesh did show some resistance. But having done that, in the second inning, India batted quickly. Though they lost 4 wickets, put up 158 odd runs and set them into bat. Now, they have batted, or India has bowled 35 overs. No team in India has ever won a game when they have 125 overs to play out. So, like Amarnath said, my choice is India will win. They have 90 full overs to bowl them out. And what I saw in the last few overs, just before the stumps, the ball was spinning. and it was taking turn. It was for the first time the wicket actually came alive.
Yeah. I witnessed that also. Yes.
Yeah, and the cracks are large, but they're far apart. The pitch has got a green texture, therefore it has kept the wicket bounded. But now, the last day, it is unveiling the wicket, and things are going to happen. And the Bangladeshi players, the batsmen in the last over, when the last batsman came in to bat, he was trying to score runs. He was trying to hit the ball off. So if that is their attitude, and if they're not going to sit there and pass away time and play ball after ball, if they're going to go for their strokes, I think the game will get over by tea.
Now, Mushfiqur has once again proved that he's a better batsman when he is facing spin. Now, to me, this is no surprise to see Bangladesh perform the way they have been performing. I have been following their career, their progress from the very, very beginning, and every year they have been improving themselves. Now, by the way, gentlemen, Courtney Walsh is their bowling coach, and now the news from this morning is they are also in talks with Indian spinner Sunil Joshi to come in as a spin consultant.
That's good. He was a very good spinner.
Yeah, Bangladesh Cricket Board is in talks, and most probably this may go through. So Bangladesh will probably get Sunil Joshi as their bowling consultant as well. Now, Courtney Walsh is already there.
That is a very good thing, because I, for one, would like Bangladesh to play better Test cricket, because they've been a Test country for a long time.
Yes, and they proved it.
Yes,
I agree.
Yes, and if they start playing better games and they start winning more games, then we have a chance to open up the Test arena for some other minnows which can come in. We need to have more Test playing countries.
I don't consider Bangladesh as minnows anymore, to be very honest with you.
No, I don't. But you see, if once they take their level to the second or third gear, I'm sure ICC will open up another team to come in.
Certainly. And another, now I quickly want to bring in Virat Kohli here. Atul, you and I were talking earlier this week. There have been some reports that we were talking about in newspapers and some other on social media as well. And people trying to react to the way Kohli has been batting. And, you and I had a good laugh about it also. About how he's making batting look so easy these days.
He is making batting look easy, and that's very good for him. Sometimes it's not good for youngsters who are watching him, because they suddenly feel, we can just go in the middle and start smacking the ball from the minute we have walked into the wicket.
Atul, you know what? He has when you look at all of his double hundreds, and Amarnath, you can also chime in on this one. He doesn't really go for an aerial route. There's only 1 6 he has hit probably in his all 4 consecutive double hundreds that he has made. All of them have been ground shots.
No, he's a batsman in the classical mold, in the sense that he plays
and
around
as
the
Atul
ground.
said earlier, he's in that zone right now.
He's in the classic mold, and as Atul rightly pointed, he exudes confidence and assurance from the moment he walks in, and that sets him apart from the rest. For others to copy him, it's going to take a long time. They have to realize he has earned that spot. It has not been gifted to him.
He actually plays his game based on the format he is playing. Because if you look at him and 2020 and one days, in one day again, when he comes in, he's a little slow. He tries to get his eyes settled in, his feet moving. But once that happens, you will see the sixers and the uppish boundaries which he hits. And in 2020, he's pretty much a 2020 player. So he is able to adapt to the format which is required of him. That shows his class. Now, having said what we have said and having read what the media is talking about, I still think he has one more thing to prove to himself and to the world. Playing in India, the last entire season he's been playing in India, the IPL, then the Test series with the series with New Zealand, England, and Bangladesh now, and then Australia is coming up. I would like to see his performance in the similar fashion in England, in Australia, in South Africa consistently. Then I would say he is by far the classiest player in the world.
And I do agree. Atul Amarnath, I think the form, that zone, let me just use the word zone. The zone he is in now, it probably started in Adelaide last year, didn't it?
I would say that he matured as a batsman at a different level. When he played in the Adelaide Test, when he captained, the first ball from Mitchell Johnson hit him on his head and he shook it off and scored a century. And that proved that he was not, and this was coming after a Phil Hughes death. And everybody was worried whether he would crumble after that hit on the head, on the helmet rather, not on the head. And he proved, with 4 centuries in Australia, he proved that he was a batsman of a different class.
Gentlemen, let me go ahead and open up the phone lines here. 848-444-1600, 848-444-1600. If any of our listeners want to participate in the discussions we're having, they're more than welcome to do so. You can also download our apps on your iOS and on your Android devices. You're listening to Full Toss on Radio Zindagi. This is your host, Amit, live from Houston, Texas, and live in the studios of Radio Zindagi, that is in New Jersey. We have Amarnath, Atul Huku, and behind the controls today, we have Sudev. Sudev, thank you so much for your participation and your help in today's show. Gentlemen, I'll quickly want to move on to South Africa and Sri Lanka.
Okay.
This has been no surprise. It's no secret the way South Africans have played. They have completely dominated. It's been a devastating loss for the Sri Lankans. But as I said last week, also this is a very young team, a new team. More they play, the season they get. But there have been some points that I jotted down, and when it comes to batting of Chandimal or the senior players, that has been a worry for Sri Lanka.
True, Chandimal is going through a very horrible slump. And I think Jayasuriya has very clearly targeted him to go back to the club
and that's
cricket.
what I brought this up, because he told him to go back and start playing club cricket now.
To get his mental state of mind in a better shape. But I would say Dick Vella has played very well for Sri Lanka. But let us remember, it is the same South African team defeated Australia 5-0. If they can beat Australia 5-0, beating Sri Lanka 5-0 is no big surprise. And since we are talking about South Africa, next week they are in New Zealand. And it is going to be a very good series.
I'm looking forward for this series.
New Zealand is a very tough team to beat. Even Australia couldn't beat them there. The true test for South Africa will be to go and beat them at New Zealand. If they do that, accomplish that, then I would say this is a new South African team. Otherwise, everybody is Raja in their own mohalla.
Correct. Gentlemen, at this point, let's go ahead and have our quiz for this week, so we can open up the phone lines and also give out our email address for folks who send us an email. So we'll have 2 quizzes.
The first quiz. Listeners, are you listening carefully? Name the team which just won the Blind Cricket World Cup today. It's an easy one, so please call in and give us the answer. We are waiting for your calls.
848-444-1600, 848-444-1600. And I have another question for our listeners. If you are listening to our broadcast just a few minutes ago, I mentioned a bowler who is now the coach, a bowling coach for Team Bangladesh. If you can name that veteran player, the legend, 848-444-1600, 848-444-1600 is the phone number in the studio. Atul, I'm going to bring up another interesting topic now. Under-19 team is India. They are playing against the English team now. Now, with this Lodha Commission restrictions, and now Thakur leaving and Shirke leaving, what that has done that in the recent matches, under-19 team didn't even have money to pay for their own dinner.
Exactly.
Because there is no signing authority to sign the checks.
Exactly. The transformation which has taken place from the old team to the new team, which has been sanctioned by the Supreme Court, has not been perfect. There have been a lot of loopholes. I think there's a caller coming in today. He's on the line. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Which city and what's your name?
My name is Raghu, and I'm calling from New Jersey, Islin.
Okay, Raghu. What's the answer? Do you have an answer?
Answer for Courtney Walsh.
That's correct. You've
That's
got
correct,
it.
buddy.
You've got
Raghu,
the
that's
boundary.
correct.
And do you know the answer for the first question?
No, I don't hear that. I just got it in. I just finished my.
Okay,
course.
I'll
got it
repeat
in
the question to you. I'll repeat the question to you. The Blind Cricket World Cup 2020 finished today. Name the winner of the trophy.
Oh no.
Hey, Raghu, listen, you got the first one right. Do us a favor. Send an email out to Full Toss. Amanat, give out our address, email address.
Please send it to cricket1, as in number 1, digit number 1, at fulltosscricket.com. Once again, cricket1 at fulltosscricket.com. Send in your contact details. We'll get back to you.
And we'll send you
All
something.
right.
Thank you, Raghu.
All right, thank you, Amanat, thank you.
Okay.
Take care, Raghu.
So we were back at the conversation which we were having about lunch,
Yeah.
dinner. Sorry, dinner.
Dinner,
So I still feel. I mean, the transition has been very poor. But who's going to talk to the Supreme Court about it? So one has to just sit back and take it for a little while, and I'm sure things will get cleared up and things will move as required.
Go ahead.
Okay. No, and any transition from one group of people to another is never easy, especially when there is so much of hostility or acrimony involved. I wouldn't be surprised with these kind of bumps or hiccups. But the question is the current setup which is being formed, will they rise to the task? That is the question. And I hope for India's cricket and Indian cricket that they rise to the task and we have a professional setup which emerges. Indian cricket deserves that.
Having said that this was one of the faults. The BCCI has done a couple of other things which are good. I'd like to let our listeners know, for the first time, BCCI has let an Indian cricketer to play in another tournament. Munaf Patel has been cleared to play in Hong Kong for the Hong Kong 2020.
It's actually Yusuf Pathan also.
Yusuf Pathan.
Yusuf
Pathan is the correct. And in the similar fashion, they've allowed Hardeep Kaur from the Indian cricket women's team to go and play in another tournament. So
she did. She played in the Big Bash League. By the way, she's back now.
Yeah.
She's back home now.
Yeah.
But she did play at the Big Bash League.
It's great because they're allowing players to play in other leagues where they get better experience and playing in better wickets, different grounds. That will help the Indian players.
Hey, Amanat, by the way, your boy Sharjeel is under the radar now.
Under investigation.
Under investigation.
Yes.
I found out this one.
Quite a few Pakistani cricketers are under investigation.
Yes, this is part of their anti-bribery,
anti-corruption unit. I think that's a good sign. I think cricket is very popular in the subcontinent.
No, this is unfortunate because Sharjeel has been in a perfect, superb form. Atul, go ahead. You had something.
Yeah, I also want to bring up one more thing, not on the Pakistani cricket, but there is a qualifying World Cup tournament taking place for the women's cricket in Sri Lanka.
I'm glad you brought that up.
And India has won all the games. They have one game tomorrow to play against Zimbabwe to top the pool, and hopefully they will do that too.
Gentlemen, I'm going to bring up a very interesting topic now. Just recently, a couple of days ago, the Indian print media. Again, I'm talking about the print media now. When Goo Goo Gaga over a batsman, a player from New Delhi, who scored a triple century on a club level. Now there have been follow-up articles, and it is completely ridiculous to see the way they are projecting. Now, by the way, congratulations to Mohit Ahlawat, who scored a triple century in a T20 match. So I don't want to take anything away from this kid, but the point that I'm trying to make is already in the print media, journalists are going, gung-ho over, trying to get him IPL contract. He hasn't even played domestic cricket yet, gentlemen.
Yes, I agree with you. See, 100, a double century or triple century in any format is a triple century. It is great. But at this point of time, it's club cricket. We don't know what type of bowling he was facing, what type of fielding was there, and how was the ground? Was it small or big? We don't know all those features. Having got that 300, it's good. I don't think the media should go totally gaga over the whole thing, because then you're setting him up for failure. The expectation level goes very, very high, especially with the Indian fan following for cricket.
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. So, yes, congratulate him, but don't go gaga over it.
Look what
Incidentally, it's not just only the Indian print media. I saw articles in the UK press as well. The Guardian, the Telegraph had write-ups about this triple century. Even Pakistan's Tribune paper had a story about this. Yes,
I'm not against these young players, playing IPL or anything. That's not what I'm trying to say. But look what happened to Unmukt Chand. There are so many examples out there that we can look at. By the way, speaking of Unmukt Chand, another one of his Delhi teammates now, Rishab Pant, is going to be replacing Gautam Gambhir as the skipper
of the
Delhi team now, representing the Vijay Hazare Trophy, and that's a direction in which the Delhi Cricket Association is going now in trying to figure out the replacement for Gautam Gambhir. It will be interesting. Rishab Pant has been, I have been following his career. You gentlemen know that I have followed domestic cricket very keenly. And Pant has captained the Indian side for under 19. He's a very good batsman, wicket keeper. And so all the best to Rishabh. I know he's also making his way into the Indian team as well.
We have a caller. He's on the line. Good afternoon. You're listening to Radio Zindagi Full Toss. Go ahead. What's your name and which city are you calling from?
New York, Surinder.
Welcome.
Welcome, Surinder.
Hi, Surinder. Good afternoon.
You have an answer to a quiz question, or you have an opinion?
Yeah, you had two quiz, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The first one I think is India.
Correct.
You got it.
And second, Cote d'Ivoire.
Correct.
Yes, absolutely correct.
So you have hit 2 sixers in a row. Well done.
Surinder, go ahead and send. Surinder, we need you to go ahead and send us an email at this email address that Amarnath is going to give out now.
cricket1@fulltosscricket.com. Cricket1, one as in the number. cricket1@fulltosscricket.com. Please send us your contact details. We'll send you something.
Okay.
Keep listening to Cricket Full Toss and have a great day, Surinder.
Thanks, Surinder. Take care.
Thank you.
Hey, gentlemen, looks like we're just about nearing for the conclusion of the show now. But just to wrap up what we were talking about earlier on print media going gaga over the cricketing people. Rishab Pant. Let me finish what I was talking to Rishab. Rishab Pant is now going to be captaining Delhi for
instead of Gambhir.
Atul, you go ahead.
Yeah, before we sign off today, I would like to let our listeners know that next week we will have Sharda Ugra, the journalist from ESPN and Cricinfo in our studios. Sharda Ugra. She's been writing and reporting on cricket for the last 3 to 4 decades, and she's going to be on air with us. So if you need any questions, please email the questions to
cricket1@fulltosscricket.com. It's a very unique opportunity. Please make use of it. Sharda Ugra is legendary.
All right, gentlemen, looks like that's all the time we have left for today. You were listening to Full Toss on Radio Zindagi. This is your host, Amit, live from Houston, Texas, and live in the studios of Radio Zindagi in Edison, New Jersey. Amarnath and Atul Hukku Sudev signing off for this afternoon. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody. We'll be back here next Sunday afternoon.
Full Toss. Back to the pavilion. Till next Sunday at 12:30 Eastern Time.